Alright YouTube, so just installed the parking brake lock on my Ryker. I've had it about 3 days. I got it August, is that like the 5th or so? Whatever Thursday was. So far, my upgrades include these speakers. Do a video on them soon. I used the RAM mount, phone mount. I actually had this on my R1, so I just ordered this bracket right here, handlebar mount, and then this is the Rally edition, and I didn't want to see all those holes in the back, so I added that tail fairing. So back to the lock. This was pretty hard, but I actually have 2 bikes to do. Since mine's finished, I will show you on my girlfriend's bike. Let me move on to that. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so here's her bike. She also has the same speakers, which they were installed on her bike first. About to do the parking brake lock on her bike, and she also has lights. Not sure what kind of phone mount this is. Joy Room. It's from Amazon. So let's get started on the install. Alright, so first off, tools we're gonna need. Number one, you're gonna need like a chair or something to sit on, because you got to get kind of low if you don't have a ramp or lift or something like that. Magnet, so I dropped stuff a bunch of times. Screwdriver. Now the bolts, we got to take off our T30, I believe. Yeah, T30. And then that is also the same thing as a, what is this, 532. And then we're also going to need the is it 734, I believe. I don't know, can't tell, it's scratched off. So basically the 532 is going to go for the bolts that are on the cover, and this I don't know what this thing is, 532, whatever it is. This one's going to go for the lock itself, and then I just used a ratchet with this one. So I mean, if you don't have any Torx bits, then the Allen wrench will work fine. So let me grab the parts and I'll be right back. Alright, so I ordered 2 of these, one for her bike, one for mine. Came in a box, both packaged just like this. I'll get this open with one hand. You know what? I'm just gonna pause you for a second and I'll be right back. Okay, so everything included in the package was a lock, these 2 bolts, which go into the lock right there, and get 2 keys, both say BRP. If I can focus. Oh well, they say BRP. Alright, and then you get the cover with the hole already in it. It's pretty much exactly the same as the original, and here's the original off of my bike. So during this install, the only problem I really had was this top bolt. It's real hard to get to, which I'll show you in a minute, and how they have this cutout, which I'll show you in a second. Those are pretty much the only real problems I had. I think it took about 40 minutes on my bike. Make this video quick, hopefully simple, because these instructions I give you tell you nothing. Alright, so let's get to it. Alright, so the first thing you want to going to want to do is grab like a flathead or something, because you gotta take this cover off, and there's 2 clips. Let's see if I can zoom in. Alright, so there's 2 clips right there, and take flathead and stick it in that slot right there. If you twist it, it'll pop right out. Alright, so as soon as you get those off, what you want to do is basically like lift up a little bit, and then it lifts right off of this slot right here. Turn it around. This is what it hooks into, and these are the brackets. They're kind of hard to do by hand. That's why I suggest the flathead. So next, set that to the side. I'm just going to use my T30 for the bottom here, and you can use a ratchet, or if you don't have that, you could use the Allen wrench. I got this little impact drill. Just use that to zip it out. And that's why I said the magnet, which fell right to the bottom, easy to get. But let me start on this top bolt, and I'll get right back with you. Okay, so I need to get a tripod or something, but basically I probably got about 2 or 3 turns in, and then once you get that amount loose, you can actually take this and push it over to the side. That'll give you a little bit more room. White light wires kind of in the way, but let me see, where am I looking? Alright, so the bolt is basically right up here behind where my finger just was, and that basically is a big job right there. Alright, so basically you want to take your Allen wrench and loosen that up. I don't know, I'd say about maybe 10 turns or so, and then see if you can move it with your finger. And this one's not loose enough, but I only turned it about 3 times. And then it's going to take a while, but your finger is probably the easiest way to go in getting that out. And then I'll get back to you once I get this off. Okay, so I think it might have took a couple more than 10 turns, but once you start to feel the bolt, you know, kind of finally getting loose, then just take this cover and put it back. Then when you push your finger in here, it should spin pretty easily. Close, I know that much. You put a little pressure on the cover with your thumb, and then it's all just tiny turns with the Allen wrench and both with your finger. But eventually you get it off. So once I get this off and start on the lock, I'll be right back. Okay, so got that out. This whole process probably took about 10 minutes. On my bike it was about 20 minutes because I've never done this before. Alright, so now I'm just using this magnet to try and pull the screw out. Alright, got it. Now this is just plastic, this plastic. So pretty much just wiggle and yank that out. Now, when you go to put the new cover in, this bracket with the bolts in it, basically that kind of hangs up on the corner of this old bracket right here. So another tool you might want to use is something to basically cut an angle right here. Have a jigsaw. I use that. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to work and it's going to look good when it's done. So let me cut this off and I'll get right back with you again. Okay, so now I have them cut. See the difference? The stock one, just, you know, little oval type cut. No, the one I redid basically got that angle in, so once you slide it in, it go in pretty easy. Because when they put these together, I'm pretty sure that they don't have any of this on, so, or they just slide the engine up in there, whatever they do. It's a lot easier for them before this is on, getting that bolt in there, so, and that cover. So the next step is going to be put this lock on. So let me grab that and we'll continue. Okay, so here I have the lock. First thing I want to do is check and make sure that both of the keys work. This will be a lot of unnecessary work for a key that doesn't work. Okay, that one's good. Okay, that one's also good. Alright, so the next step, slide that in. And then you got your 2 bolts for the lock. Wrong one. You don't want to make it super tight and break any plastic. Alright, so that's in. Alright, next, I'll grab the bracket and be right back. Actually, before I grab the bracket, let's make sure it fits into the lever. Alright. That's good. Alright, be right back. Okay, so got the bracket. Where I cut it on the with the jigsaw, it kind of looked rough. So I took a lighter and waved it back and forth and just wiped it with my finger. Now it's fairly smooth. Get it to focus. So next, try and get this corner up there. Alright, slid right in. Then take the magnet and one of the bolts. And then just try and maneuver and set that right where it's supposed to go. And this is why I suggested a chair. It's a long time to be on your knees or something. Alright. So once you get the bolt in the hole, you can just pull the magnet off. And then what you want to do is start turning it in with your finger again. It's a little bit of a process. I'm gonna get it most of the way down, and then I'd bring the Allen wrench back into the job. So when we get to that point, I'll get back with you. Okay, so this is the home stretch. This top bolt, I just kept going at it with my finger. Got it pretty much all the way down. So now it's gonna be a lot easier to tighten than it was to loosen. So if you can see, basically just find that hole and what makes it easier is you get to start at the bottom now, and then basically, it's hard to do it one hand, but you basically get that in the hole and you twist it up. Once you get a turn in, just pop the Allen wrench off, and then keep doing that same process until you get it off. Doing this, I dropped the Allen wrench a bunch of times, so that'll be another time that this magnet will come in good use. A suggestion I have, if you're buying a new Ryker before you pick it up, I would suggest just buy one from the dealership. That way they have to go through all this trouble and not you. But I'm just going to finish buttoning this up, and then I'll get back to you, put the cover back on, and then we'll pretty much be done. Alright, see you in a second. Okay, this is the last step in the whole process. So this slot right here, you're going to put that on top of this. We'll just call it a hook. Alright, that slides right on. You get to the bottom. These hooks you need the screwdriver for in the beginning will just pop right on with your hands now. That's it. Now there is a parking brake lock on this bike. It's locked up. And that is the video. Only suggestion, be patient. It's gonna take a while, mainly for this bolt up here. That's pretty much it. Just make sure you have some free time, don't get stressed out, and when you get done, you have a nice product. Thanks for watching.